Let's do another example with functions. Again, we're going to start off with an HTML document. And we'll need a header section since we're going to have code. All right, so we're going to do a temperature converter. So convert from Fahrenheit to Celsius or the reverse. So we'll call this temperature converter. So we're going to have a form where people can put in a temperature in Celsius and convert it to Fahrenheit. Okay, so let's say enter a temperature in Celsius. Input type equals text, name equals temp, and we need to put that in a form. Hopefully this form structure is becoming very familiar to you by now. All right, so let's just take a look at that. Make that a little bigger so they can enter a temperature. Okay, and let's do an ID for this. We'll have a paragraph converted. And then input type equals button. Okay, so there we have our convert button, and it will convert our temperature. Now we actually have to write the code to do that. So we have our button, and let's say on click equals convert. Now again, there's multiple ways we could do that. We could pass in the temperature from the form. We could have the function that we're going to write pull it. We can have this actually alert the value, or we can deal with outputting the value from the function. I tend to prefer it this way, where I just call the function. I have all the code in the function itself. You don't have to do it that way, but that's how I'm going to write this code. So our function is called convert. We're going to come up here into the script and start to define that function convert. We start with the word function. We have the name convert, our empty parentheses, and then our curly braces, which are going to contain all the statements that we need. First, we're actually going to get the input temperature, which is in the form document.f1.temp.value. Now we actually have to do the conversion. So let's call that F for Fahrenheit, and we need to convert Celsius to Fahrenheit. So we do that with the input value times 9/5 plus 32. That happens to be the formula to do the conversion. And then what we want to do is take the output, and we're going to put some text in this paragraph called converted. So we'll do document.get element by ID. That's a function that we're going to pass the name converted. And once we've got that, we're going to set the inner HTML, which is the text, equal to our answer, which will be the input in Celsius is our Fahrenheit. So we have a string there. So say they gave us 100, it would say 100 in Celsius is 212 in Fahrenheit. And that should appear in the text. So there may be some bugs in here, but let's try it and see if it works. We reload our page, 100 degrees Celsius. It works. It's 212 in Fahrenheit, 32 Celsius, 89.6 Fahrenheit, 0 Celsius, 32F, and minus 40 is also minus 40 Fahrenheit. That's where they meet. So our temperature converter works. Again, you could have passed in the value from the temp field, in which case you wouldn't need this line. You could return this Fahrenheit value and somehow use it in the on-click. But you'll see most of my functions I write this way, where I do both the collection of the value and the output, all within the function. It's just the way I like to write my code. So there you go, one more example of using a function. Again, we'll do this over and over all semester, but this is hopefully giving you a feel of how we can put all these together.